So in today's video, I'm going to share with you what's in my lighting kit, what's in my camera bag, and also what's in my modifier case. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll give you a tip on how you can check oversized, overweight luggage for free or at a discount. This video today is sponsored by Tenba, the bag company, but just know that I would have made a what's in my bag video for you probably soon anyway, because I haven't made one for you in several years, I think 4 or 5 years. So let me start off here by showing you what's in my Tenba Air Attache 3320W. So in case you didn't know, I go on about 15 or so trips a year doing jobs for clients, also teaching workshops and speaking at conferences. And I'm always bringing my gear with me. So here in the lid, I have all of my Tether Tools cables, my gels, and my color wheels. Then in the main case, I have 6 flashes and a number of accessories. So let me start off by talking about my 3 high-powered lights here. These are Elinchrom FIVEs. They're 500 watt second flashes, and they are battery powered. And I've taken the batteries out of them for a reason that I'll get to in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of these mono lights out of the case and set them aside. The first one doesn't have a reflector, but the other 2 do, and that's just because of size constraints. We'll get these set aside here. Okay, now these bags that I have right here are really cool. So this very first one is, I believe, called their Tool Box. I'll put the real name on screen here for you. And in here I have room for 4 Elinchrom FIVE batteries. And you can see them right here. And the reason why they're in this case is because when we travel in the US, we cannot, I believe, travel with them plugged into the lights. So I take them out. Even if it's not, black and white regulation, I take them out anyway, just so that I never end up in a situation where the TSA throws my batteries away and fines me. Then I've got room for a power bank or 2, and these will allow me to keep the batteries charged up while I'm shooting, and I don't have to stop working at all. They just charge as I go in real time. The other great thing is I just take this out of the case and put it in my carry-on bag, and that way I stay compliant and keep the TSA happy. This other bag that I have over here is for holding all of my accessories, including my chargers on this side, just so you can see sort of what that looks like. I've got 3 of them in there. I've also on this side got a multi-tool, some small grip accessories, and some gobos for my Optical Snoot, which I'll get to in just a second. I've got some gaffer tape here on top of my Optical Snoot. And this, of course, is my Optical Snoot, which I bought on Amazon. And speaking of which, I'm going to link to all the gear that I'm showing you today down in the description. So if you want to check it out, just click on those links. That'll actually help support me to make more videos like this one. Plus down there, you're also going to find a 10% discount on Tenba products, and you just use the coupon code GRESS10 to get that discount. But let me go ahead and set this Optical Snoot aside for you. Just know that it projects patterns onto your subject using those gobos that were in the accessory bag. So next thing I want to take out for you is this light right here. So this is an Elinchrom ONE, and I have 3 of them in here. These are 131 watt second lights. And the cool thing about them is you can take the base off so that they'll store in a very compact way inside the case. I've got 3 of them in here. I'm going to take them out and set them aside. Okay, so the only thing I have left in the case now are accessories. So let's start with this one. This is my Sekonic 858 light meter, and it has a radio transmitter in it that's built in so that I can trigger and read the power setting of my Elinchrom lights, and also tell the lights to turn up or down so I can keep things adjusted really quickly on set. And it's probably one of the handiest pieces of equipment that I have in this case. Next up are 2 things related to makeup. So here I've got these sponges, which I can use to apply makeup. And then here I've got all of my powdered makeup that I use. Usually this is only when photographing men, and I have it in multiple shades so that I can apply that and even out their skin tone. And this bag keeps things nice and clean so that the powder doesn't get loose inside of the case and make a mess. Now, right here, this is a deflector disc. And this works by, you could take the fabric out of the Elinchrom modifiers and stick this into the umbrella hole, and that will basically turn a softbox, like an octabox, into something like a beauty dish. And this will block the flash tube from being seen by the model, but you can use the interior of the softbox and its shiny fabric as basically a hard silver reflector. So it just allows you to have a little more versatility when you're shooting. So pretty cool accessory and pretty good for making things or mixing things up a little bit. All right, back here I actually have 6 different triggers for the Elinchrom lights. They are for Sony, Canon, Nikon, and Fuji, and I use them during my workshops so that all of the attendees can shoot photos. If you're interested in checking out my workshops, just go to johngress.com/workshops for more information. Then back here, I have an A-clamp. I also have a spork, which I use for getting makeup out of the powder cases and onto a paper plate or a coffee cup lid. So what you want to do when you're applying makeup typically is you want to go from the source material and use something like this spork or a fork, which I think I've got in here, and scrape that out into a coffee cup lid or a paper plate, and then use the sponge to apply the makeup. That way you never go from the source makeup powder to the person's face and back, because if you do so, you'll contaminate the makeup. That's why you want to get this material off onto a paper plate and then dip into the paper plate and touch the person's face to keep things all nice and sanitary. So back here in the case, I also have 3 of the bases for the 3 Elinchrom ONEs. And these are nice to have in here. There's that fork I was talking about. Here, I'll take these out. And then I've got 2 2.5-inch Kupo grip heads here. And these I'll use to hold flags when I'm working in the studio. And I actually have my flag kit inside my modifier case, but I'll talk about that in a second. So now that we've talked about what's in my lighting kit, let's talk about what's in my camera bag. And I use a Tenba DNA Messenger 16 for my camera bag. And the cool thing is it has a little slit on the back, which you can slide over the handle of any rolling bag, including this one. And you can also put it onto a carry-on bag. And I use a Rody Roller 22-inch spinner as my carry-on bag. And the cool thing about it is that you can unzip the interior padded compartment for your photo gear and then put this liner in there and use it for your clothing. And when you're ready to use it for your photo gear again, just reverse the process. But in this case, what I typically have are 2 Canon R5 Mark IIs and up to 4L lenses. Most of the time, that's a 70-200 f4 and a 28-70 f2, although my favorite lens is an 85 1.2, but that often stays here in my studio because when I go on location, I never know how much room I'm going to have. Then also in the bag, I have my DJI Pocket 3 camera, which I use to shoot my reels. I also have another trigger for my Elinchrom flashes, a Tenba card wallet, and some accessories including the charger for my MacBook Pro and sometimes my iPad Pro. Now let's talk about what I keep in my SKB modifier case. So in there, I've got 2 Elinchrom indirect strip softboxes. I've also got a 150 centimeter indirect octabox. Then I usually have 3 35 by 100 centimeter strip softboxes, a few umbrellas, and also this Matthews flag kit. So let's talk about how you check these large, oversized, and overweight cases for free or at a reduced rate. So if you have a media badge, and I have one from when I used to be a photojournalist, then you can get the media rate on different airlines. If you weren't a photojournalist and you aren't one now, you could possibly get one by joining an organization like the American Society of Media Photographers, ASMP, or the Professional Photographers of America, and they have a downloadable pass. Or you could make your own. I know some photographers who have done that, and they present it when checking their bags, and they have a media pass for their business, and it works for them. Of course, your mileage is always going to vary. On United Airlines, if you have a media pass, just for instance, it's $50 a bag. If you're flying on Southwest Airlines, you can check your first bag for free if you have their credit card or status, and that's what I do. I always fly on Southwest Airlines, and it can be up to 100 pounds. And then your second bag is only $35 if you have status, $45 if you have the credit card, and maybe it's $45 for everyone. I'm not really sure. But check with your airline and see how it works for them in particular. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And while you're down there, remember to click on all of the links for the gear and check that out. And you'll also find a special 10% discount just for you off of Tenba products. So make sure to check that out. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.